Zane Show podcast. I just said, Eric, say so. Is it going to be like that? Welcome to you. In this house, there's one thing that has to remain constant. And that is the NFK's access to an appropriately working television. I guess I never really looked at it this way, but if that thing goes, if there, for whatever reason, the TV is not accessible, I think it's, I can't imagine the devastation in this household. If it weren't for the television, there is quite literally nothing that could occupy the NFK's time. For those of you who don't know, that is my wife's brother, my brother-in-law. Tyler says one might argue the TV is the NFK's power source. Okay, so the TV goes on 7 a.m. and it's on until between 8 and 9. Kenny asks a fair question. Didn't he purchase a new one not too far back? Did he wear it out? No. By the way, this is a perfect proving ground for the quality of LG TVs, because you think about the amount of time it's on every single day of the week. Let's bust out some Zane math. Okay, 7 to 7 is 12 hours. So let's just say 14 hours a day. 14 times 7, that's 98 hours a week. Times 52, that's 5,096 hours of television per year. That is, okay, so you got 5,096. And then, okay, let's go 8 hours of sleep. That is significantly more TV watching per day than sleep. Tyler writes, 1 year of NFK TV viewing time is the equivalent of 5 years of an average person's TV viewing time. I believe that. What does he watch? Great question. Starts the day watching Fox 17 Morning News. Plug for my friends over at Fox 17. Then I think he goes around a lot of those shows like Shot, the reality shows, maybe similar to like a show like Ice Road Truckers or Pawn Stars or American Pickers or shit like that. I think. As the day winds on, if there's any sports on, he'll watch that. Loves watching sports. I will say the problem, though, was not the TV. Not the problem. The TV itself was fine. But just as the Tigers game is coming on, this is Miguel Cabrera's final game in the major leagues. And that was fantastic, by the way. Watching that, his career comes to a close, and they put him out onto the because he hasn't like played the field for quite some time. He's been like a designated hitter, but they ran it by him, said, "Hey, do you want to get on first base?" And he got out there. They brought him out for the final inning, and then he was the only one to run on the field. Now, I can say this because I watched it on the TV. We did solve this problem, but it was down to the wire. Cabrera runs out on the field, and he's the only one on the field. How fantastic is that? And then the crowd's going crazy. Seems like a really sweet, jovial, fun guy. That Mel Cabrera. I just love him. There's videos online of him when he was playing the field on first base. Before he became a full-time designated hitter, where if a guy for the other team gets on first base, he would fuck with them. Flip their hat off, hit them in the balls. I'm not kidding you. He would sack tap them. It was so funny. You can find that video. I might have to link that up. It's very, very fun to watch. So Cabrera's out there by himself. The game ends by the other team hit. Somehow, they described it as the baseball gods. The batter, whoever it was for the other team, hit a grounder right to him, which was easily fielded by Cabrera. He stepped on first base. The game is over. This was very important to the NFK. He needed to see this. So I hear a strange noise coming out of my basement. Like, what the fuck is that? It sounds like because I had the AC on. It was pretty warm yesterday. I'm like, is that coming downstairs? The only thing that's making noise down there would be the AC, the blower. I go, is that thing about to blow up? It's making this really high-pitched, horrible noise. So I go downstairs, but then I start walking to where the mechanical room is, and it's not coming from there. I'm like, well, where the fuck is it coming from? So I wander over to this panel. The electrical box included in that is a number of other fucking shit that I don't understand. There's wires falling all over the place. I don't know. I open it up, and that's where the noise is coming from. So I'm like, what the fuck? Is the house going to catch on fire? I open up the electrical panel. No, it's not coming from there. And there's this fucking device. I'm not even going to try to explain what the fucking does. It has something to do with the cable, and it's screaming at me. It's like saying, hey, fuck you. We're about to blow up. It's like, well, fuck, man. This is weird. So I go upstairs, and his cable is out. Like the cable TV is out. So there's something wrong with whatever it was I was looking at. I go, ah, shit. So we pinpoint that. Whatever this is, this device, I'm still not even sure what it is. It might be a amplifier, I guess. I don't know. It's throwing up. It's dying. And it will not produce a signal to the TVs in the house. It's like like the incoming cable comes in, and then I think it like boosts the signal, and then there's outputs that go off of it to each individual room of the house where there's TV. I'm pretty sure. Well, it's fucked. So I look up what it is, and I type all that shit that's on it in Amazon. And sure enough, the exact same thing pops up. I go, all right, buy. I'm standing right down there. I click buy. It says it won't be here till the earliest of October 5th, October 5 through October 10. So then I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, he's not going to have TV. He's going to kill us. We're dead. He's going to murder the family. I go up and I say, hey, and I don't get too in depth in the minutia because it'll fuck him up. I go, cable's out. Oh, okay. Now, he's thinking, well, when do you think it'll come back? And I go, earliest of October 5th. His eyes get big. I go, yeah, it's a particular part. I had to order it. So that thing's fucked. And he starts fidgeting. You ever see the movie Rain Man? Dustin Hoffman plays that. This is the first time I ever heard about autism, by the way, when I saw that movie. Remember the Rain Man says to Rain Man's doctor, wait a minute, Dustin Hoffman, what was his name? Ray. Ray says, Ray's doctor says to Charlie, he's autistic. And Charlie Babbitt goes, he's artistic? No, autistic. Well, Raymond starts freaking out if it's too close to like, if fucking People's Court starts, you know? He starts rocking back and forth. And, oh, my God, 5 minutes to Wapner, 5 minutes. The NFK's doing that because the Tigers game is getting started, and he wants to see every minute of this fucking Cabrera thing. He's like, am I going to be able to watch fucking Cabrera's final game? And I go, I don't know. And his eyes are as good. Now, he doesn't know anything about apps. And all he knows is that at one point on Thursday, I went to the main menu on the TV, which is, a smart TV. And there was a Prime logo. I downloaded. We have Prime on it, and there's a Paramount. And he sort of realizes what happens there, but he doesn't have a full understanding of the mechanics of like apps and how they work. So he's asking me all sorts of questions that tell me that he's not 100% sure of what of knowing what he talks about. He's like, well, can't you just watch it on Prime? And I'm like, no, Prime has its own programming. It's a series of shows that they make and movies and sporting events. It's separate. Oh. Well, can't you just download this app? Now, he may have been right inadvertently when he said, can't you just download the Tigers app or the Bally's app? And I go, maybe. And then it clicked in my brain. I go, I can bypass all of that shit and just download this sounds like a commercial for Xfinity. I downloaded the Xfinity Stream app, which is how I watch it on my phone, or my iPad. So the TV is now just a giant iPad at this point, or a giant phone. I download the Xfinity app and I click on it and I fucking find my way through it and boom. Sure enough, I have Bally Sports on there and we are in business. I go, whew, thank God, because he was about ready to explode. So, problem solved. Problem solved. It did, though, get to a point late in the day. For some reason, when you get out of the app and then try to get back into it, where it's supposed to go, the menu of all the channels, it would only take me directly to the Bally Sports one to watch more Tiger shit after the game is done. I'm like, I don't want that now. So I had to go and fucking delete the whole fucking app. It was a pain in the ass. And he was worried to death that he would wake up and only be able to watch Bally Sports. So, like I said, this is all about survival, kicking the can down the road. I wake up this morning, I figure it out. I go, dude, good news. I figured it out. And I go, what do you want to watch this morning? He goes, Fox 17 Morning News. I go, okay, fuck yes. Let's do it. Thank you to Shaw YP. Shaw YP for joining us and following. And then he goes, Fox 17 Morning. Okay, put it on. And then I'm walking upstairs with the cocoa wheats, with the coffee. And he goes, what if I want to change channels? And I go, I don't have time to explore this now. But when I come back down after I do this show, I'm going to figure that shit out for you. So this was we are walking on a tightrope right now. If this goes south, if we can't figure this shit out, my God, we're going to have a goddamn eruption. It was so bad when I was trying to figure this shit out last night after the game was done, trying to get, because he wants to watch fucking 60 Minutes, I got the food on the grill. I got a ton of chicken. And I may have, see, I'm devoting time to this fucking remote and figure this shit. And then the fucking chicken is on fire. I'm like, oh, God damn it. People are getting pissed off at black chicken. Oh, shit. But I think we're okay. Kenny says, I'm still curious as to what you ordered from Amazon. Didn't I explain that? It was a device where the cable goes into it. It's probably like 4 inches long, 2 inches wide. It is known as a three-way no, that's not it at all. It is known as a 5-port cable amplifier. In fact, I know I even said the word amplifier. And I also said that the cable goes into it, and then there's like 4 or 5 outputs where cables can come out and go to the other portions of the house. I absolutely said that. Kenny says you described it, but it made no sense. Well, the way I described it 3 seconds ago was the same way I described it 10 minutes ago. Was it not? Can anybody second that? Can I get a second on that? Did my second description sound just like the first description? I'm not asking Kenny. Kenny says, no, the second description was better. Well, let's hear it from the other people who probably understood 1,000,000% what I was saying both times. Tyler says, bail out, Kenny, bail out. Aram says, popcorn. Ryan says you can go to any hardware store and buy a splitter, you pile of shit. It wasn't a goddamn splitter. I told you. It was an amplifier. That's the third time I've said it, you piece of shit, Ryan. I said it kind of amplifies the signal, and then it... What the fuck am I doing here? It's not a splitter. It's an amplifier. I said that, dick. God damn. Hey, let's all get together and piss Eric off. Mediocrity Dave says, my Twitch app crapped the bed. I missed the first explanation, but not hearing it did not detract from the story. Oh, yeah, of course Kenny's interested in 8-man, but I need specifics as to what it was. Who gives a shit? It's not important. That's why I didn't go deep on the explanation. It doesn't fucking matter. The point of the story was, it's not working. When I come up with these things to talk about, believe it or not, I've gone over them in my head usually more than once. How am I going to address this story? Okay, superfluous, omit, because it, bogs down the story. It's irrelevant. It doesn't help with what I'm talking about. The key point of the story is, goddamn, my brother is Raymond Babbitt rocking back and forth going, fucking Miguel Cabrera. And you're like, yeah, I know that's funny, but I'm very interested in what exactly that device was. You fuck. Kenny says, all I know is when I had Xfinity, they hooked it all up and it worked fine. Yeah, but you live in a house that's the size of a goddamn Cracker Jack. All right? You know how many fucking miles of cable I have in this fucking house? I need an amplifier. Fuck. Thank you, Nick. Nick says, Kenny, when you live in a mansion, you need an amplifier for long cable runs. Anybody with half a brain knows that. Maureen says he's got a hot tub, for God's sake. Yeah, Kenny, get your fucking shit together here. You think you're dealing with a goddamn child? Jesus Christ. Ugh. Corey says we're going to mesh Wi-Fi system. Yeah, I have that too. This is a great story, but what about the specifications of that crazy device? I'm not sold on this story because I don't have one. Why would that affect the simple fact that you're like, this is entertaining and all, but I am so goddamn so goddamn curious. Shit. Tyler says the only detail that matters is when did you order this from Amazon? Maureen says, Ryan, I hope you are clipping this Kenny impression for your Kenny AI. Ryan says, I just emailed you what you can get today at Menards. Yeah, I don't go to stores, Ryan. I don't have time for that nonsense. And even if that is true, he says, your stupid amplifier, not the same. This is not 1,000,000% not the same as what I have. Yeah, this is $21.35, you dumb fuck. What I ordered was $111. It's exactly the same as the one that's busted. This is not what I have downstairs. Fuck off. My God. When I woke up today, I did not think, I wasn't looking forward, well, I was looking forward to telling you that story, but at no point did I think, oh man, the best part of this story is when I get into the nitty gritty details about the fucking amplifier. I'm just so stumped. I am flummoxed and befuddled. Ow! With this crazy contraption. That's the only thing I care about in this story. Oh! It hurts. Jesus. In all seriousness, I'm kind of happy you brought it up because there was a chance I was a little too short on content today, but I've just bought 26 minutes on the fucking cable amplifier. He says he says, hey, I never lived in a mansion, never heard of this magical device. You have too. Kristen Main says, Eric's just using Kenny for content. Yeah, like my dad. Ryan says the amplifier is the best part of the story. Well, it's working for you, yeah, but now I'm all pissed off, dick. And you know what? You're not any better, you fucking bumblefuck cock. Ryan. Acting like a goddamn know-it-all. Yeah, this is what you need, asshole. Fuck that shit. My God. It's very difficult to now continue on with a normal show because I'm agitated. I'm like a dog that has the fucking zoomies and you try to get him to settle down. Overall, it was a fantastic weekend. And it was great because I don't know about you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you get a chore done, it is unbelievably happy. I feel God, I can't fucking talk. Unbelievably happy when I look and see what I did. I've accomplished something. Queen of the Forest says, I got a chore this weekend for you. Okay, what is it? You have to scrub the mudroom. This fucking... Wait a minute. What is that? Where exactly in the house is that? Why do they call it a mudroom? Do you have to go get mud? I've only lived in a matchbox. the ceramic tile gets fucking filthy from the dogs. These big ceramic tile squares. They're like a foot by a foot. And the grout is pretty much dark brown or black from dogs traipsing through the house after they come inside. I want you to scrub that floor. Get in the grout there really good like you do. Now, you can hire a company, but I hate spending the money on it, to come in and clean it. And it's like $150 for 2 rooms or something. I'm like, fuck that shit. I go, no, because I kept telling her, I'll scrub it. I get down on my fucking hands and knees with water and bleach, and I'm just with this green scrubby thing with the white handle, which really gets in there. And my knees are on fucking fire because I'm old, and I have to kneel on like a big pad because I'm so decrepit and my knees hurt so bad. And I'm scrubbing like there was a fucking Disney, what was it? Which is the one? Who's the one that's got the 3 bitch sisters? They all go to the ball. Is that Snow White or Fiona or Rapunzel? I think it's Rapunzel. One of the princesses has to scrub, and the bitch stepmother says, yeah, my daughters are going to go get the handsome king. I'm the one on the Cinderella. So I'm scrubbing away, wiping it up. And when I got home, she got back from the store, and she's just like, you did it. Now, did I get any sex out of it? No. That's unheard of. And it doesn't matter because the medicine, I'm taking like 8 million drugs now. Nothing works anymore. We're just best buddies. Everything's fucked up. Between her menopause and always in pain vagina and my libido as low as fucking Kenny's self-esteem, there is no sex in Mudville. God damn it. Clean the shit out of that floor. If we were like 25, we would have had sex right on the floor. And then I felt like motivated. I'm like, I take a look at, like there's a pantry and ours, I know it sounds like I'm talking about all the cool shit in my house, but it's a walk-in pantry and it's a disaster. There's shit. None of it is even on the shelves. It's all on the fucking floor. Boxes of Fritos, fucking big Costco-sized things of toilet paper and paper towels. This shit is there. We just buy it and throw it in there. We don't even organize it. We don't put it on the shelves. It's a complete fucking shithole. I went through that thing, and first of all, I shot a Facebook video, a reel, if you will, of all of the expired soft drinks or booze, because my wife buys tons of booze and for when people come over, and it's all expired. So I threw it all away, and I can't tell you how much food I threw out. That's awesome when you can go through and you look at this product and it's 3 years old and you throw it away. Yeah, but what products were they? What exactly it doesn't fucking matter. You just throw all this shit out. I've got 5 gigantic garbage bags full of old fucking food. I throw it all away. I wanted to throw out all the candy while I was there, but Pooh Bear likes snacking on that. So I said, all right, I'm not going to do it because of the diet thing. But when I was done with that fucking thing, it looks like a general store. Between the floor of the mudroom and the pantry, I must have walked down. I must have been upstairs several times. Like, I'm going to go back and just look at what I did. And I just walked in, looked at it, looked at the shelves. Oh, this is awesome. What a fucking weekend. Now, does that not sound terrible, the fact that that is exciting to me? That's where I am in life right now. I'm excited. What time did you throw it all away? A pantry? Do you keep pans in there? God damn. Aram says it would be a lot easier to clean next time if you seal the tile with 511 impregnator. Strange name, I know. I don't know. Maybe it is. And I've never heard of that. What the fuck is that? That's unbelievable. God, I was just reminded of something. And I have to take care of it because I want to talk about it now. Hang on. I was reminded of this because I see that one of everybody's best buddies, the immortal Joe Pellerito, is with us right now. And every time I talk about Joe Pellerito's crazy brother, Mike Pellerito, he's like, oh, no, not again. But this all comes from the there's a couple schools of thought here. When Mike Pellerito loses his mind continually on the former Zaniacs United page, it may be there can be an argument made for just ignoring it and letting it go. But honestly, what fun is that? Okay? What fun is that? Did I ignore it when Mike threw a We Hate Eric Zane party with Eric Zane's scarecrows at his house? No. It allowed us to saunter into the world of one of the most absurd, fun, amazing beat-ups that have ever existed. Okay? So, when Mike kicks up his heels, I love talking about it. I'm glad he does it. The Pellerito PPO file got bigger. Go figure. I combined bigger and figure to give you bigger. That's a free beer word scramble. The latest thing, and I've described this to you, is on the former Zaniacs United page. Mike is going back years, because that page has been around for probably about 7 years. And he's going back years at a time, finding an old post, and then he'll comment on comments that are that many years old. He'll answer a question or further the conversation, a conversation that was going on years ago. I know that sounds nuts. That's because it's Mike. That's why it sounds nuts. Well, when he does that, the post, because of the way they have the settings on there, gets put to the very top post so that anybody who follows that, they see a post from many years ago. One person in particular, the last time this happened, wrote, because he's too dumb to figure out what's going on, what's his name? He used to be known as Tom from Gun Lake. I forgot his fucking name. Anyway, he wrote, Mike, why do these keep showing up here? Let it go. He wrote that. But Mike's not letting it go. So the latest, oh, fuck. The latest is this one that Mike has parked on and commented on. Troy Finholm, that's his name. Is Radio Voice Linda here? I'm pretty sure I saw Linda in here. In fact, I know she's in here. So is Maureen. This is what Mike commented on. This old post. It was when Linda had purchased a I'm a Zaniac long sleeve shirt. And She wrote on her post from 2 years ago, best Christmas gift ever from my sister, a new Zaniac. Okay, great. Awesome. There you go. Look at that smile. She looks like $1 million. Mike, and here's the comments, like from 1 or 2 years ago. Let's go from Kyler. There's Marcy Haddon Vanderploeg, who, after I called her a fat ass, her son threatened to kick my ass, and I threatened him with calling the cops. Sarah's there. Dean was there. Yesterday, again, look at the times. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Or I'm sorry, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Original post was December of 21. Pellerito says yesterday, is this still a thing? He goes back, finds these, comments on them, just so that they'll pop up at the top. That's why he's doing this. Troy Finholm again writes, why are these old posts coming up, Mike? It's because, again, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's an idiot. He's such a dumb fuck. He doesn't think that Mike is that much of a psychopath. But he is. God damn, do I love this. This makes me so happy. Thank you to one of my moles. By the way,
I'm a 50-year-old man doing what a 50-year-old man should.
Blue State Rob says, big gunt Marcy. How could we forget her? Linda says, what a dumb fuck. Radio Voice Linda says, I thought it would be much worse. Maureen says, me too. Not the biggest deal, but again, I'm using that to illustrate what's going on there. You know? These people should do a podcast. Mike needs to get rid of that nervous energy somehow. Somehow this is still affecting him. Okay? Do we need to fight? Would Joe, ask your brother if it would make him feel better if we got in a fist fight. Because I will absolutely do that. I will fight your brother. Is that going to get this out of his system? Does he need a fist fight? Like in a parking lot somewhere? Chris says Mike knows exactly what he's doing. Well, I'll tell you this. He's making me very happy. Because if I can spend a few minutes talking about how much of a fucking maniac he is, then I'm happy. Chris, what are your thoughts on this? I like to turn to you from time to time for a little input because Chris strikes me as one of those guys who doesn't often say a lot, but when he does, it's usually meaningful. What is your impression about what is going on with this guy? Chris says he will pretend to take the high road and act like you can't let it go. Mike's brother Joe says I saw him yesterday morning for frisbee golf. I let him know he's being noticed. He made that comment after frisbee golf. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Well, dude, he is a tangled mess, in my opinion. And I actually appreciate that he is crazy because some of the less retarded members of that group, like Craig Danitz, often says, why do you do that? All you're doing is giving him fucking fuel. And he's right. He's absolutely right. God damn. Maureen says he likes being noticed. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that I think he's a goddamn loon. And I'm a million times better off without him. By the way, thank you. For the first time, now we can go back to April of 21. Over the weekend, EZ popped 230 on Patreon. Thank you to everybody who has signed up. It's been a steep ascent since we started the 10 days or 7 days free available for you, patreon.com/Eric Zane. And now's the perfect opportunity to take care of all of this that I do each and every show. First of all, if you are watching on Facebook or on X or YouTube, I'm going to send you on your way. If you want the rest of the show, it's available on Twitch for free. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app on your mobile device. Just find Twitch and on Google Play or the App Store, and then search Eric Zane Live, and then follow the page. That's all you got to do. Give yourself a name on Twitch so you can communicate with us and we can have fun. Subscribe. You can either pay for that if you want. If you subscribe, you get no commercials, or you can link up your Amazon Prime for free. You get one of those a month from Amazon. You do have to do it each month. Some of you are like, oh my God, that's so hard. I got to click a button each month. There was a conversation about that last week. And people were like, some of the people were chiming in. We're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I got to click. Then Nick, the electrician, says, yeah, it's you just click it. That's it. There's nothing to it. On Twitch. Also, the audio becomes a podcast wherever you download shows. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, to name the first two big ones. There's plenty more. But enjoy the show on any one of those platforms. Doesn't matter to me. Eric Zane Show Podcast is what you search for. And then there's my Patreon, where it was a fantastic week last week, what with the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and then the hour-long Who Are These Free Beers, where we really kind of had a lot more drilling down on that show because Ben pulled his own clips and I pulled my clips, and it was an absolute fantastic time with Who Are These Free Beers. All right. Bob of Oliver says, fuck Prime. Just pay the monthly sub. Well, I don't care how you do it. You don't have to. Or don't pay or do anything. Just sit through the commercials. I don't give a shit. But Patreon, that is listener-supported ad-free Patreon, and you can get it for 1 full week for free. This is what has been having me with the rubber meet the road on Patreon, is because of the 7 days free. If you've been, God damn it, Eric, I've heard you talk about this thing. I got to try it out. Yeah, I make it so damn easy for you. You just go to Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane, Patreon. And off you go. You just kind of put in a payment form, and then you get 7 days free. If you cancel it before the 7 days, you will not be charged. If you like it, you can either let it ride, and then you're charged either $5 or $10 a month, depending on what stream you want, either all the audio, video, or live streams. It's up to you. Or you can convert it to a year and save 10%. Thank you to Joe Pellerito. He just did that the other day. He dropped 108 of his hard-earned dollars to your old pal EZ. And that was very, very cool. Thank you. So I knocked 10% off if you pay for a whole year. Blue Chaos 24 says Patreon is much easier to subscribe to than Twitch is via iOS. I'll take your word for it. And it's important to note that on that Patreon, you can sign up for the 7 days and cancel it immediately if you like. You're still going to get the 7 days. I'm confident you'll like it so much after the 7 days, you'll then re-sign up with cash. You totally have that option. More often than not, when people sign up for the 7, they end up liking it. So I'm very, very lucky to have that, and very thankful that you have signed up in the past. So thank you so much to you folks on Facebook, X, and, of course, on YouTube. I'm going to send you on your way.